Hey guys, back. Yeah, I was monitoring things yesterday and really nothing happened until 2146 UTC. I think prior to that we might have had one little blip of over 1,000 on the wind speed. And pretty much like clockwork, although this one started a little earlier, we had another high-speed solar wind event from Nemesis. Here it is here, 2146, 1148 kilometers per second. At 47, they only jumped at 1 minute, so something was going on there. Went to 1020, and it dropped down to 940 at 2151 UTC, which would be about 4. This is all in the 4 o'clock hour. Then it went to 734, 703, and then it got a little bit quiet there for a minute. And then, like clockwork, right after midnight, UTC, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, we had another high-speed solar wind event. There it is, 07, 1077, 1376 kilometers per second. At 11 minutes past midnight UTC, or 7:11 Eastern Standard Time. 989, 1069. See, it's trying to get rid of all this plasma energy. 1207, 853. It looks like it quieted down, but as you can see, everything's being blown. It's behind the magnetosphere, even though the solar wind speed's not showing that great. But it's still a lot higher than showing out there on ACE and Discover at the L1 Lagrange point. There's some more plasma being collected. It seems like we just can't shed the plasma anymore. Then it started up again with the high speed action to try to get rid of that plasma at 2:35 UTC today, January 10th, which would make it about 9:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then the rest of the run, nothing crazy. Let me get that blip there. I guess that's just a blip, a glitch in the thing. You can see these colors here. We're getting stuff thrown at us from that big planet in front, because I'm going to show you on ACE and Discover the solar wind speed's not fluctuating that much. So that's that there. Here's how it looked on the Z cut, or the Y cut rather. That's the Z cut looking straight down on the planet. And there's 46 when it first started to happen. Look at all that. And that's all balling up and going blue right away. So this ball of magnetic field lines, polar cap, since they're black, coming from the polar cap, they're not closed, and only a few of them closed. They're getting balled up, and even this close to the planet, they're turning blue. So they're making some kind of connection back here with Nemesis, in my humble opinion. And then we got Nemesis coming in here with these blue field lines. So I think it's getting closer. It's either getting closer or our magnetosphere is getting weaker. Look at that. It's all blue. Just keep stepping it through. You see all these field lines piling up in front of the planet, coming from that big planet or planets out in front. There's got to be more than one with what we're seeing on MLSO and ACE. Look at all those field lines piling up over here. Wow. And as they come in, looks like the magnetosphere gets stronger. Get the black field lines. So here we're coming up on the second high-speed event. Wow. Now they all stay closed that time. So I guess from the event, high-speed event, about 5 hours prior, 4.5 hours prior, at 21:47, maybe that knocked enough of Nemesis back out of the picture, so now it's staying closed. It's all red, as you can see there in the second high-speed solar wind event at 07. There it is there, 1077. Got a minimal amount of plasma there. Then there it is at 11, midnight 11 UTC. Pretty much blown everything out of the picture. You don't see any Nemesis field lines in here or anything. So that's Earth trying to fight off. Then at 15, well, you see the plasma still in there. There's 23. That's what it looks like on the Z cut. Now this is all staying closed still. They're red. See the red closed field lines? There's 27. So it's only 814 there, but look what it looks like here. Whew. Crazy stuff, guys. It's staying pretty well blown. Now look at that. Wow. There's Nemesis coming, creeping back in. We got the blue field lines. There's a blue, 119. Well, 119's back here. Got some crazy stuff going on behind the planet, that's for sure. Look at all that, man. It's all blue, which indicates an interplanetary magnetic field connection with another body, and it's got to be a solar body. It's all this pressure being exerted back here behind the Earth. You can see the magnetopause getting whacked all out of shape during the event. So I already used 9 minutes up here. Let me just start these things playing through. I'll get them synced up. So if we make it back here, you can just watch them roll through. Hopefully we will. So you can see it was over around 2 something, 243, 259, still closing way up. So we're just doing the best job it can to fight this thing off, no doubt. So these three are back synced, these two are synced together. Okay, up here on ACE, here's the last 7 days on ACE. Remember I was showing you we had the 8-hour gap, 8-hour gap, 8-hour gap, 8-hour gap, 10-hour gap. Then yesterday it went back to about an 8-hour gap. And now the 8-hour gap's gone. We just got some couple of smaller gaps. Here's the ACE ground tracking station plots. Shows you the gaps. Okay, there's the 8-hour gap from yesterday. And now, as you can see, the gap's gotten smaller. We got about an hour there, maybe 2 hours there, maybe 3 hours there. Discover, here's the last 7 days. As you can see, we've been maintaining a pretty steady connection with Nemesis as the predominant interplanetary magnetic field connection. Blue, biangle. Anything above 180 indicates something behind the Earth. But it's been starting to break up yesterday. It's been starting to fluctuate, so things might be going back into a flux pattern, and this thing might start to shift. You can see here's the last 24 hours on ACE. There's the gaps. Got about an hour there, 2 hours there, 4 hours there. So that big 8-hour, 10-hour, 8-hour gap has gone away. And as you can see, the IMF there, it was running pretty close on the Nemesis up near 360. Then it started fluctuating. So we're in a flux pattern. Here's the solar ham space weather tutorial. Links in the description box. This explains what that blue triangle thingy is. If it's 0 degrees, that means the connection is pointing from the Earth to the Sun. If it's 180, it's pointing from the Sun to the Earth. So anything above 180 is a backside connection with some other solar body, which is Nemesis or Hercules, whatever you want to call it. It's our binary twin sun. And these are the numbers here, as you can see as I pull it through. And on ACE, it's 0 to 360. On Discover, they got it 40 to 400 because of these numbers are going above 360. As you can see here, 392, 397. So I guess they want to keep track. So this is in flux. We'll see what happens, whether it switches over completely and we get another density pile up. So far the density's remaining pretty low. Solar wind speed's low, 376. Here's the L1 Lagrange point. That's where ACE and Discover are. Here's MLSO yesterday. I think I left off in the last video. Told you I was going to show you what it looks like after it gets sanitized. Well, this is what it looks like. Look at all these objects up here. I'm thinking these are planets. Planets in here, it's not that big. And these are all concentric circles, probably, that indicate magnetic field of the object. That's my take. So the planet maybe is only as big as this inside circle. Because just that one day, a couple days ago, I saw one down here and it showed a three-dimensional object, circular object. Looked like a planet and it was pretty small, and then we had the concentric rings around it. So planets up inside of here, inside this first circle, and then the concentric rings indicate a magnetic field. That's how I take it. So check out these links in my description box underneath the videos, particularly this one, the Solar Ham Space Weather Tutorial, and there's the L1 Lagrange point. Avail yourselves of this. Is one of the scant examples I could find of historical references to a 3600 cycle of Nibiru coming through and Earth cataclysms. And this here, check out this girl's video if you want to feel the presence of the Lord. You definitely feel God's presence.